Hello everyone, I am back for day 5, I think. For day 5 from Logic to Living, 21 days to come back to yourself. I'm also back home in Berlin. As you know, if you've listened to yesterday's video, I was in Munich to attend Laura Marlina Seiler's event, Happy, Holy, Confident Life in Munich, and absolutely loved it. So I love the message that she has, right? The whole day was about reconnecting to God, the source within us, this inner guidance that we have that gives us so much strength and power and wisdom and also trust in life if we connect to it, right? If we really build this connection to the divine. And it also gave me the courage to talk about openly, not just the divine and these more softer words, but also using the word God. So if you haven't listened to yesterday's video, go back and do that. This is the first time that I use the word God on my social media, because it really wasn't something that I could relate to earlier. But then even once I started to relate to it in a different way, so not this religious concept, I still didn't really use the word openly. Okay, but that was yesterday's episode. Today I want to share some more learnings, and actually this event really was what I needed, not just because, going back into this trust and the connection with God and your soul, not only because that really helps me right now to stay on course, but also because it was just the perfect reminder that it's totally okay to have a challenge, and that it's totally okay when things are hard, and it's totally okay when things are not working out immediately and we don't see evidence right away. Because to be quite honest, even though from a logical, rational perspective, there is not a lot of pressure for me right now. Like I said, I have built up cash reserves. I have some time before I really need money to come in again. And yet my nervous system didn't really feel safe with this uncertainty of when is money going to flow. And I felt a very intense pressure of wanting to see results right now and wanting things to work out immediately, and basically seeing instant evidence that the thing I'm doing is working, which is really ridiculous. And yet this is what we do. And even though I was aware of it on a mental level, it was hard for me a little bit to shift that feeling. So during the event, Laura talked also a lot about how we can accept challenges as a gift and see them as a period of growth. And I mean, you might have heard this before, and I have heard it before. But we need to really remind ourselves of that again and again, especially when we face these challenges. And it really helped me to shift in a more relaxed state again, also hearing about the challenges that she had in the very beginning. So there was this funny story that she shared when she did her first workshop, which was only 10 euros, and she had a space rented in Prenzlauer Berg, and then there were a couple of people, and some people weren't very happy in the beginning and wanted their money back, and she was really devastated. And then her brother just, encouraged her to keep going. And this is just so important, that in these moments where we feel like things are not going well, that we have someone, because sometimes it's hard to do it ourselves. And like I said, it was hard for me to really shift this feeling in my body. I felt this pressure, even though mentally I was aware that this doesn't make sense. But then hearing this from her and being in this energy and reconnecting more deeply to this trust and this guidance helped me also shift it in my body. So now I feel a lot more calm and relaxed again, and I'm back to my trust in God, the universe, that things will turn out, and I'm accepting this challenge from a deeper angle now again, and seeing it as something where I will look back one day and see the gold that came with it, the growth, the strength, because we don't develop the same kind of strength and growth in times where things are easy. And this is sometimes hard when you're in it. But the more, you maybe also look back on your life, how, there were periods that were hard, but looking back, you might even be grateful for them because they brought you such a big gift in terms of what you learned back at the time. So anchoring back into challenges as a gift is also a big one. And another very big takeaway from yesterday, and this is actually also a very good bridge into what I wanted to talk about today. So often we don't do what we want to do because we are so scared that other people judge us, that they don't like what we do, that they don't like how we look, that they don't like what we say. And then we adapt ourselves, we adjust. And I mean, this is so normal. It is so ingrained in us. I think everybody does it. And for women, this is even more deeply ingrained. We are so trained to please and to make everyone happy and to not stand out, and, also not dress too sexy maybe, and just try not to draw too much attention on us. And then what we do instead, we do things that we think other people like, even if we don't like it ourselves. And that's insane, isn't it? Right? If you say it like that, we do things that we think other people like, even if we don't like them, just to keep them happy. It sounds insane. But we usually don't think about it, right? We just see this as normal. And that is also why, I decided to openly use the word God in my social media from now on, because I've been using it in my head. I've been using it in the mentor spaces that I'm in where I feel safe. But I just wasn't ready to use it openly because I know people won't like it. People will be disturbed. And also for me, this 180-degree shift, right, from AI and logic, now going completely into this spirituality and talking about things like God, I was like, okay, that's too much of a shift. And I'm pretty sure there will be people who will judge it, who will ridicule it, who won't like it. But this is exactly part of the growth, right? To be fine that there are people who don't like what you do, who don't like how you look, who don't like what you say. And it's okay. You don't need to be liked by everyone. You don't need to be understood by everyone. It's actually even good, right? The more you speak your truth, the more you find your people. And this is what it is about in the end, that you find the people who resonate with what you have to say and what you're here to do. And this is also a big one we talked about, is what is your medicine? What is the gift that you bring to this world? And this is what I wanted to talk about today. Is, for me, there was a moment where I realized that outer work isn't enough. I mean, for me, everything was about strategy, planning, optimizing. I was very much trying to fix and everything was related to, okay, what can I do different? But in the end, it's really about how can you be and how can you become a different person. So it's not just about the outer work, it's about the inner work. And so what can you do internally? And this is also what it comes back to. So holding these projections and being fine with other people judging you, being fine with other people not liking you, this is not outer work. This is 100% inner work. So how can you hold yourself? How can you regulate your nervous system? How much self-worth do you have within yourself? How much have you let go of this need that everyone likes you, that you please everyone, that everyone validates you? And this is 100% inner work. So today I want you to encourage to let go of this optimization addiction and thinking that if you optimize your calendar, if you optimize your time management, if you do just one more thing, if you know, can check off one more to do off your list, that this will get you further. But I want to open your eyes to the real work, which is becoming a different person, becoming someone who is anchored in themselves, in their self-trust, in their wisdom, in their voice, and what they are here to do on this planet. And this sounds big, and it is big, but you can start small. So just think about what is the inner work? What is the thing that you want to work on right now? Is there maybe a certain topic, finding your voice, taking up space, being more comfortable with other people judging you? What is this piece of inner work that you are encouraged to do right now? And like I said, for me, it's definitely, it's many things, but what I want to focus on right now is letting go or being okay with other people judging me, being okay with people not liking me and actually disapproving of what I do, not agreeing with what I say, and maybe even belittling it or ridiculing it. We need more women in this world who speak their truth, who stand up for themselves, and who are done with pleasing. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful. I would love to hear in the comments what resonated most with you. What are you working on? What is your next inner shift? And I hope to see you back here tomorrow. Sending you so much love and light.